Welcome to Your Business, My Business. A show dedicated to showcasing small and medium businesses in Nigeria and beyond. Let's help you grow your entrepreneurship journey.
Cooking is an art, and turning that art into a profitable venture is pure entrepreneurship. And because it's Women's Month, today we are sitting with a chef. When I talk about this person, it makes me smile and giggle. Let's not go there. I'm going to let her introduce herself in her own words. But before then, let me just tell you, she is a Michelin star trained chef. That's not all. She is a recipe developer and so much more. My name is Faith Oyewole, and you are welcome to another episode on Your Business, My Business. Hello, Chef.
Hello, how are
It's
you
nice to
doing?
meet you. I must say, I do not want to go into too much phrases, but before then, I would like you to introduce yourself to the people watching you right now
No problem.
in your own words.
My name is Olajumoke Toyobo, professionally known as Chef TYB. And as you will definitely mentioned, I am a Michelin star trained chef. I have had experience to work both out of the country and in the country. I've been privileged to work with a lot of amazing brands. And I am currently the executive chef at the Metropolitan Club Lagos.
Did you hear that? Just one person. You know the funny thing, we're coming to this particular interview, and I was having a conversation with somebody, and I said, Chef TYB is not someone you just say, oh, she's a chef. Those are people you just name. You can't actually see what they have done. But I said I have seen what she has done, though just a few times, but those few times can actually tell that she is good at what she do. But let's go to the beginning, Chef TYB.
Okay.
How did this start?
That's an interesting question. My love for food has started since I was a little girl. My mom was always in the kitchen. She cooked amazing meals. My grandmother as well from my father's side. So it was something that definitely had piqued interest from really early on. And I guess when I started to look at it from a professional lens was when I was in university. I was studying international politics and policy. I know, way different, right?
Yeah.
And I used to cook for like a lot of my mates. I used to cook for fun. I used to research a lot of things in practice, and also being in another country and, having the access to a lot of ingredients that I couldn't before in Nigeria really pushed me and pushed the envelope for me to explore even more. And the moment I was done with university, I decided to move to another city, go and look for a job to work in the kitchen, because something that my family has always instilled in me is, yes, you can like something, but you have to always look at the practical sides of things. So yes, there was that love for food, but I needed to understand if I could actually make it in a professional kitchen. So my first job was at a restaurant called Coast to Coast. It was in Portsmouth, England. And I started as a prep chef. So my job was just cut onions, do this, do that for the chefs to cook. But then I told the head chef about my interest, and he even saw how I put in so much work and energy into learning. And before I left there, I was actually being trained to be a sous chef, which, made me really proud of myself. And it just showed that I had put in that much dedication for someone to want to train me to that level. So literally in less than a week of being there, I was already cooking on the line.
That's wonderful.
amazing.
That's wonderful. Let me ask you one question, because every business person, different kind of businesses they have this experience. But I wanted to share one. We're talking about the beginning. Do you remember the first person you cooked for and the person paid for it, and how did that feel like?
So I don't know if I remember exactly the first, but I remember a particular experience, and that was me doing a pop-up.
Okay.
And I remember even when I was going to think about the menu for this pop-up, I wanted what I was going to be doing to sort of be slightly different. So, pop-up, you're going to do light bites and stuff like that. And I remember that I did a duck burger. And when I was telling my mom was like, why don't tell people that it's duck. People are not going to try it. And I said, no, this is me trying to do something new and open Nigerians to something different from what they already have. So like, how do I push the envelope and start out, but like chart a course that's different for myself? So that particular pop-up was the first time I got to cook for people, and people actually like paid me for it. Like people that didn't know me, you have people who want to patronize you because they want to support you, family. But this was me like going into the world where a lot of people don't know me. Yes, friends will come and support, but like I wanted to see how strangers would sort of take that in. And honestly, it felt amazing to see people have a bite of my food and their face just light up and like them just be excited. And that's why I always say to people that when I cook, it is me putting my heart on a plate with love. So you getting to enjoy me putting my heart on a plate for you, it says everything. And that really touched me.
It actually touches everybody. I won't lie, the first day I met her, she was supposed to display that day. And she displayed. But let's not go to that story. Let's come back to where we are here. So Chef TYB, you mentioned duck burger. And you mentioned what your mom said.
Yes.
But that's the truth. That is the truth about Nigerians. When someone does something new, it feels strange. It feels like it'll be like in Yoruba, it was making in Sheba.
Exactly.
That kind of thing.
And I think people like to play it safe because with Nigerians, I would say the culinary industry is still in its infancy. And a lot of times, especially me and my colleagues who like to push the envelope and, transform our local ingredients and do things that are different and unique with it, you're afraid of this push, but like, are people going to like it? Are people going to want to be interested in it? But then just do it. What's the worst that can happen? It doesn't go well. And then if you fail, you pick yourself up and you start again.
So have there been a time where you actually failed at something?
Oh, yes. I've cooked things in the kitchen that didn't go the way they were supposed to go. Either things burning in the oven or like in the pot or whatever. And I've even had instances where I'm teaching and something doesn't go the way I want it to go. And you know what I tell my students? This is the lesson for you to know what not to do. Everything teaches you something. So even when something doesn't go the way you want, you learn how not to do something. You learn how a negative experience can actually encourage you to do better. So I'm someone who I take all of it in good stride because, there's a lesson to be learned from it.
Well, as a woman, I believe every lady is emotional. So no matter how the failure comes and you try to be strong just to be able to overcome it, was there actually a moment that was very emotional for you? Like it taught you a lesson, but even before you saw the lesson, you felt it. Was there a moment like that?
Definitely. I would say something. Even last year, there was a particular week where I felt so overwhelmed, and for lack of a better word, I think I had a major burnout, and that tends to happen. And in those times, I like to just do away with communication from everyone and everything and anything. And I just want to, how I process things, I like to process my emotions. So I want to sit with this. I want to understand what I'm feeling, how I'm feeling, and what it's trying to say so that way I can find a way to pick up.
Yeah.
So it definitely happens. You start a venture, you start something, and then you're nervous because you don't know how people are going to receive it. You don't know how it's going to go. But I just say this to say, it happens. Shit happens. You pick yourself up and you just deal with it and move on. Because life is for the living, so you can't not live.
Coming from someone who has lived the life, who has seen the ups and downs. Did you hear what she said? I picked something from what she said. You just have to just continue, no matter what. Look for what makes you come out of your shell at that moment. Like she said, she just goes off, she doesn't want to talk to anybody, but then she comes out stronger.
And another thing is you need to remember your why. So whenever I teach, the first question when I walk into the class is, why are you here? Like, why are you doing this? Because I promise you, cooking is not easy. Then being a chef is not easy. There's so much to it. So for you to be here, there has to be why. And it's your why that will keep you going in the times that things are not easy. So I always remember, why am I doing this? Why am I here? And when I remember the why, it just encourages me and pushes me to keep going. So always remember your why. And that way, no matter how you feel, you always be able to pick yourself up.
It is getting interesting. I'm getting to know Chef TYB 101 right now, and I found you very interesting. So let me ask them, just chip in this question. Beyond your brand,
Yes.
who is Chef TYB as a woman?
As a woman, I am someone who loves to have fun. I am very passionate about animals, so I have a dog.
Wow.
I always say this, that if I wasn't a chef, I would most likely be a vet.
Oh,
So
wow.
there's that. I like to have a good time, so I like to be around friends. The job doesn't always allow, because being very busy trying to manage social life and work, because at the end of the day, being a woman, there's a lot of things you already have to manage, and then being in the line of work that I'm in, so yeah. I am also someone who loves family time, so I love to spend time with my family. I go back home to see my mom as often as I can. I have nieces and nephews, so those who are in Lagos, I plan play dates with them, take them out for ice cream or something, or just video call my family wherever they are in the world. But yeah, I like to just do fun things. I also love Taco Tuesday. Shout out to El Padrino. Shout out to Uzo. So that's my social circle. Those are the kind of things I like to do for fun.
That's wonderful.
Thank you.
It's good that Chef 2IB is a natural woman like every other person. So don't think when somebody has become big, the natural self
can never be like that. So one day, hopefully, but thank you for bigging me up.
Oh, I love your humility. So let's go back to business.
Yes.
So when you decided that, okay, you want to add business to this chef title, at first it was a passion.
Yes.
And then it became something you were earning from.
Yes.
What did you decide to start charging clients? There's a reason why I'm asking this question, because I've seen people comment on the chefs' pages and they ask this question, that sometimes it's hard for them to know how they charge their clients. I mean, people that want to get food from them and all, and it's actually not easy because they don't know how and what strategy steps to take before you charge them. So, as Chef TYB, how do you do it?
It's so funny you're asking this question, because I had this conversation with my mom and my aunties on Sunday. We were sitting down, we're just gisting, right? And I always say this. So you're charging for, that's the meal itself.
Okay.
And you also have to make sure that you cover all your overheads, and you're charging for your time. So an example, if I am curating a private dining experience, whether 3-course, 4-course, 5-course, 6 courses, 7, it can go as far as 10. I would charge you per head based on the menu that's curated and the amount of courses that we're going for. Is it with beverages? Is it without beverages? So that would be like wine and liquor and all of those things. Then there is the service charge of it, because you've paid for the meal. There's also you paying for my service, because something I find that a lot of people don't do is you do this work and they realize you're not making any profit because you're not factoring that your time needs to be costed as well.
Not just the ingredients.
It's not just the ingredients, because it's Chef TYB putting in her labor and her love to create those meals. I have to charge for Chef TYB working on it, because a lot of these things probably taking me 3 days to prepare, 4 days to prepare, certain things that are so, technical. So I have to charge for that technicality and those skills that have been put into it, essentially the time. So there's charging for, cooking, there's the food, ingredients, there's charging for service. Now, also depends logistics. If you're catering, if you're moving from one spot to another spot and you're taking this food there, all of those logistics need to be covered for. Example, I don't know, whatever food business that you're in, where it would also you'd have to determine crockery as well. So like plates, table setting, all of those things. So I say that to say you have to look at whatever food business that you're doing holistically and say, what are the things that make up that particular experience? Are you going to charge it all together? Do you want to, even when you're charging it all together, give a breakdown so that way your client understands what you're charging for? Because what I always like to do is I don't want you to feel like I'm just giving you an ambiguous number. I want you to understand why this charge is this way and these are the things that you're getting. And if you're asking for a discount, then is it possible? Make people understand the value that you are bringing to that particular situation. So that is how I would cost anything.
Value.
Value is very, very, very
So
key.
I want to put in one question, Chef TYB.
Yes.
A personal question. So what is the most expensive meal you've ever made for a client?
Should I tell you? I think the most expensive, I wouldn't say it was a particular meal, it was an experience.
Okay.
Because I like to say that I am someone who deals in curated experiences. So I believe it was a 7 to 8 course dinner. And I'll just say it was upwards of like 200.
Wow.
Let's say, because there were so many. And I say that to say that there were a lot of technical stuff. So using ingredients like truffle and the like. So yeah, it had to be quite pricey. I've also had the experience to curate out of Lagos as well for a very prominent family. And this was in central London. And because of the kind of experience I was curating and what it was. So on that level, I mentioned you both because that's obviously in pounds and this is in Naira. So they're both quite pricey. But yeah, the experience and the ingredients and the techniques made it all worth it. So don't be afraid. You can call me.
Don't be afraid. But you actually make cooking easy. Make it look easy.
I'm glad I do. I don't want people to panic and be afraid, because at the end of the day, it is you understanding the ingredients and understanding techniques to break down ingredients. Once you have this basic information and knowledge, cooking can be easy.
It can be easy if it's passion. But someone like me, if I am already in the kitchen more than 1 hour, I'll just go.
No, so you have to deal with the heat. I also say this.
Yes.
You see this job that we do, it is very physically tasking.
Yeah.
You're gonna deal with long hours, standing on your feet for a long time. You're gonna deal with heat, so many things. So, just be prepared is what I would say. Be ready.
So looking at the fact that you make it feel easy and look easy, has there been any time you actually felt like quitting?
Yeah.
Wow. Would you like to share?
So I mentioned I had burnout.
Yep.
And I wouldn't say I felt like quitting cooking. I think the environment that I was in, the environments in certain spaces have made me feel maybe I wouldn't be able to work optimally in certain environments. But quit cooking? No, I don't think I can ever quit cooking. I love cooking too much to quit. I love cooking for people, so yeah.
That's wonderful. So do you think, I want to bring it down to Nigeria now.
Yeah.
There's a way people look at women-led businesses. The fact that it's women. And there's a way, should I use the word stereotype? There's a way people treat them.
Yes.
So I want to ask now, what do you think, women in the culinary world now, do you think they should work harder for people to actually recognize their value? Or people should be the one to open their eyes to actually see their value?
So I would say this, a lot of women already work really hard and work really, really well. They're doing amazing in their own right. I think it is a thing where we need to see that and recognize it, and not because they're not already doing things that are definitely putting them on the map. There's so many amazing female chefs. We have a veteran as such as Chef Imoteda, who has sort of, she trailblazed women in the industry. I remember when I was gonna start off professionally, like when I was looking to people, she wasn't the people that I saw, and I was like, oh wow, I want to be like her. I want to learn from her, And now to be able to work with her in the industry is amazing. There are a lot of women doing amazing things, and I think that, which is why the Women's Month is very important for us to be able to see them, to show what they're doing, for them to be visible in our eyes. Because it's ironic that the African saying a woman's place is in the kitchen, but in the industry, it's actually male dominated.
Actually.
So yeah, I think it's our time to shine. It's our time to be recognized and be seen, not because we don't already exist. We do exist. So make sure that you put an eye out and an ear out for us.
And women, we are coming out stronger, and we are coming out more beautiful, and we're coming out to shake the world. In fact,
Yes, we are.
we are going to see a difference very, very soon. So, Chef TYB, one more thing. What is one thing that people assume about you that is actually not true?
So I had a conversation. Sorry, I like to be very candid as a person. And I was having a conversation with certain people in the industry a few days ago. And apparently, people thought, or some people think before they speak to me, or maybe they just see me from afar, think that I'm not an approachable person.
Wow.
And I'm just like, that's so not me. And I love to be around people. I love to meet people. I love to talk to people. I've had so many instances where I just meet someone and someone would from the outside looking in think that we've known each other for years. And I'm like, I literally just met this person 15 minutes ago. That's just who I am. I'm a very open book. And I was also told apparently because I have been around certain people who can be quite snobbish. So they kind of wanted to rub off those people's personality on me. So I say that to say that I am not who you see me around. I am my own person. TYB is TYB, not because of anybody else, but just of myself. So please don't judge me by people. Judge me by me and me only.
I must say I'm guilty about that, actually. I'm very, very guilty. Funnily, it's just a few minutes ago before this interview that I actually got to know that what I've been assuming is actually, sorry about that, Chef TYB. It's actually
no problem. And the world is just like that sometimes, where we like to judge a book by its cover. And then sometimes I'd even say, are you even judging by the right cover?
It may even be the wrong cover.
Exactly. So you might be looking at another cover and thinking, oh, that's my cover, and it's not. So I promise you, I'm an amazing person. I can be very strict, of course, because I find that discipline is very important. And I would say this openly. As Nigerians, a lot of times we're not disciplined. Yeah. We take on the notion that we are, but we are very badly behaved. And as someone who likes discipline, I know that there's certain people that might think that, oh, she likes things a certain way. Yeah, because I like to go by the book. I like to do the things right. So there might be that angle too, where people look at me and be like, oh, she's, but yeah, I'll always stand for truth. I'm someone who integrity is something I don't joke with at all.
Which is important.
There's also that if you're someone who doesn't have integrity and you've interacted with me, you may also feel like, oh, she likes to form, or yeah, I like to be proper. So if you're not proper, we cannot get along.
That's wonderful. So Chef TYB, before we go to the next segment, and I have something shocking for you. So looking back from the beginning to the point you are now,
yeah,
what are you grateful for?
I am grateful, first of all, to God, because I wouldn't have the skills that I have or be the person that I am without God by my side. I don't take anything I have for granted, because as a human being, I didn't create myself. And I just believe that whatever skills and talent that I have is definitely God given. I also would say that my family, because I was born into a family that constantly encourages and allows me to always think about the bigger picture and always think ahead about the future. So there's that. And also just having amazing friends in my corner as well, because these are people who have always encouraged me through everything and just pushed me. So yeah, there's people and things that I take very seriously and very important in this journey, because without them, I don't think I would be where I am today.
The gift of men is actually very, very important. So, Chef TYB, we're going to the next segment right now. So,
Okay.
it's like this. We have something for you, different kinds of cards.
Okay.
I'm not going to show you what's there. So, you see this. You're going to pick one.
Okay.
And whatever it says, Chef TYB, you do it for us within 15 seconds.
Oh wow, that is quite quick.
So we increase it for her. What do you think? Should we increase it for her?
So maybe when I look at it, if I'm able to do it in 15 seconds, fair. If I'm not, you're probably gonna have to double that and give me more time.
Maybe we should go with 30 seconds.
Okay, 30
Are
seconds.
we good with that?
Yeah, 30
Okay,
seconds.
Chef
is good.
TYB. Let's go.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Father had a donkey. Donkey died. Father cried. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay, let's do this one.
Okay.
Can I look at it now?
Yes, you can. So what do you
Okay.
have there?
It says sell your product to someone who says they don't need it.
Oof.
Wow. Okay. So you're gonna be the someone, and I'm gonna sell it to you. What would the product be? Let's say me selling you my services. And 3, 2, 1, go. Hello, how are you doing, my darling? I want to curate for you a dining experience for your wedding anniversary. I know you believe that you don't need it. Why do you feel like you need to spend this much money and, go out for dinner when you can just sit at home? But I want to say this. Important memories and important dates should never be forgotten. And you are only going to live your life just once. This moment is going to be the only moment in time that is going to be the exact day, the exact memory. Why would you want to just do it and not do something amazing? Why don't you let me treat you and your spouse to an amazing experience that will let you keep this memory in time that you would never forget? I'm here for a response.
I'm actually I don't know, and I just was on the spot, and I feel like that wasn't the best of me, but yeah, I was swept away. That's the truth. Okay, Chef TYB, you need to do you need to get up for my wedding right now. Like,
Okay,
seriously.
great. You see,
That's it works, kind of.
actually worked. I'm happy to hear that.
It has been a great experience with you, Chef TYB. It's been a good moment knowing you. I only knew you from afar before, and from Instagram, just watching from afar. But talking to you right now, I must say you are a blessing to our nation
Oh, thank you.
and to the world of women at large. We're celebrating women, and I must say you are a blessing in the midst of women. I am
Thank you so
proud.
much.
I'll have shoulder pad right now. So just two before we go, I would like you to speak to women. We're celebrating women, and you're one who has made something for yourself in the industry. I want you to speak to them heart to heart.
So I would like to say to every woman, whether you're in Lagos, you're in all the 36 states of Nigeria, you're abroad, you can do anything you set your mind to. I know that we have certain stereotypes and expectations that are put on us, but I'd like to say this. As a woman, you have a power that no one else has. You are you for a reason, and you need to tap into that. I believe that every woman has the power to build a nation. Literally, we are the ones that reproduce. That means that from us comes multitude of nations. So I want you to tap into that power and know that there's no other woman like you. There's no other person like you. And in this month that we celebrate ourselves, take a moment to sit down and reflect on your life. And I promise you, you'd see that you've already made amazing strides. Do not let anyone put you down. Do not let anyone make you feel small. And just believe that no matter where you are, whatever circle that you're in, you are someone who would always be able to make a difference. And making a difference doesn't necessarily mean that don't wait till you are on the highest point of something or somewhere. In your little circle, in your day-to-day interactions with other people. You are going to touch someone's life. And in doing that, you are going to make the world an amazing place. So kudos to all you amazing women everywhere in the world. I love you all. And I believe that we have the power to make a change. Mwah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank
for
you so much,
having
Chef
me. It's
TYB.
been an absolute pleasure.
And I must say, I learned a lot from you. It has been a journey of resilience for you, a journey of courage, a journey of you standing with what you love. And that is something a lot of women out there do not have the strength for. And I must say, at this point, you are lending your strength to them, even to me sitting down here right now. And I will say one thing to you on behalf of Rapper TV and me myself. I'm saying keep shining.
Thank you.
Keep
Thank
being
you
the
so
best.
much.
And I know that beyond where your name is right now, we're still going to hear your name.
That's the plan. I intend to do that. So if you want to know more about me, please follow me on Instagram at Chef TYB and at Asha by TYB, where I curate amazing dining experience with our local produce, just to show the world that Nigeria, the ingredients that we have are so much more than we can even imagine. And how do we celebrate ourselves? By celebrating what is known to us.
Thank you so much, Chef TYB. It has been a wonderful moment with Chef TYB, someone who has made history. Yes, you can't go through the issue of Nigeria and not mention Chef TYB, except you're not the history person. My dear, read your books and do your research. There's no way you actually mention chefs in Nigeria and you would not mention her name. And I believe she's actually going to places. So women out there who are watching her right now, and you've seen her courage, her resilience, her strength, even when it seems like it's killing, yet she's still alive, obviously. So it's time for you to learn, pick up the strength, pick up the courage, and stand for who you are. That is the end on this episode of Your Business, My Business. Till we see again. I remain Faith Oyewale, and Chef TYB is saying
Goodbye.
bye.
Fantastic.